Hello, welcome to my Vloggypod. My name is Sherry. This is the third time I've started this today. I've had to chase the dogs out and hopefully this one will be okay. Welcome to my Vloggypod. It's Friday, thank goodness. I just wanted to come on and say hello really because I've not been on here for ages and it's been a bit of a funny time really, but anyway, I feel like I'm back, so to speak, and thank you to everybody, you know who you are, who was so lovely. Anyway, I wanted to just show you a couple of things. So when I'm not 100%, I know a lot of people throw themselves into their knitting or crafting, whatever it is you like to do. I couldn't even read, actually. I've sort of found my mind wasn't really focusing on things, so I haven't done a whole lot of crafting, but I just wanted to show you what I have been doing. And then I'm going to talk about the Advent calendar, which is being listed pretty soon. And I've left, later on this evening, I've left this till quite late, just to talk you through what the Advent calendar is, because I've had quite a few people messaging who have either never had one or just wonder what you get. And then there'll be a little Vloggypod at the end. So anyway, just wanted to quickly show you a few things. So first of all, I'm going to show you that first of all. So I started, well, I've just started, but last year I said I was going to do the Nature's Walk, Nature's Walk, sorry, that's my, Snarchy, it's my dog. He's making his tails bashing away. The Nature's Walk Cal, as it was back then, which is lovely Sandra Cherryheart, who designed this beautiful blanket, and I've just started mine. But why I'm really feeling quite pleased with myself is half of this unravelled while I was bringing it down actually, but I've learned how to read a pattern. I've been crocheting since I was about 14, 15, long time ago. And I've always been really put off by seeing charts, that's what I mean, charts. Anyway, Sandra does a really, really good tutorial to accompany the Nature's Walk. So anyway, I've learned how to follow a pattern. So chart. So I just thought I would show you. I can't remember what this one's called. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. But there are lots of different squares. I've just brought down a couple, and it's this one, as you can see. I was right around there, just unravelled. Oh, she's so clever. Look at that. That's lovely. And I'm really, actually, super pleased with myself, actually, for having done it. And the sizing's not too bad either. I mean, obviously they've all got to be blocked, but I think this one's called Gate. Anyway, I will put on what they're called, or maybe that one's called Gate. But anyway, I have to concentrate on this because it's not something I can just crochet away without thinking, because you do have to, well I do, you have to concentrate on the charts, but so much easier than saying double crochet into third chain from the end. Or I don't think it matters that it's a cowl because I'm still enjoying it just as much as I would have done. And actually I'm kind of, you know, I don't find it quite easy to keep up because I'm a bit slow in my crocheting and knitting. But anyway, that's the first thing I wanted to show you, which which I'm really enjoying. Second thing I wanted to show you, which I can't remember what I said in my last podcast, but did I say I was doing the Snuggle Down cowl by lovely Jules, my friend Jules. Anyway, this is in one of my Garden at Dusk project bags with polka dot lining, and this is in Ballroom Silks, and which is on Sock, and the Rhubarb, which is on Mohair Silk. Now, we've got a bit wrong on this, surprise, surprise, but isn't that lovely? I think that's such a lovely pattern, Jules. Of course, being Sherry, Archie, being sherry, it's going to finish just as it gets too hot to wear it. But anyway, it's lovely. And I went out, I've got some mistakes. There is a hole down the pot, I don't care. But I've also, this is now the Snuggle Down Cow sherry style, because when I went to lunch last week with some friends, and we took our knitting, and I was so busy talking that I did a line too much, and now it all looks completely wrong. So I'm doing the pattern when I feel like it now. So, but anyway, but I think that's lovely, because actually whenever I look at that, I've got friends who would definitely unpick all of that. But whenever I see that mistake there, I'm going to remember that that's what I was knitting when I had lunch with lovely friends. So I'm going to leave that in. Plus, I'm not very good at undoing. But anyway, yes, we had lovely lunch with Gaynor, who's Tales from Cuckoo Land, Karen, who is Cozy Corner Quilts, and I met Cherie from Ollie and Bella, which was just lovely. And there is a little bit of that in the vlog, a small bit, just a little bit of it, and I got the most beautiful gifts, which again I talk about in the vlog, so I won't show them now. But this is, how gorgeous is he? This is a little gnome that lovely Sharon, now I should know this, Sharon, SCRM1TNO, can't remember if I've got that right, but anyway, I'll put it on the screen. She's got a podcast as well, and she's such a lovely friend, and she made me this and lots of other. It's a lovely little package. Can you see? Can you see? And this, the reason I'm so pleased with this, well, this little chap sits on my chair with a cushion that I got from Karen. And then this, I'm building up a collection, sits with this little one. So this one I showed before. This is from my friend Lizzie, who is Taffety Mouse. Such a clever, talented lady. She makes the most beautiful things. And I got that at Christmas from her, which I love. And then I've got this little one, which was a gift from my friend Emily, who is Queen Emily from Meanwhile at the Castle. She made me that, which I've shown you these before, but look, I'm really going and building a collection. So I'm actually trying to, not minimalism, I could never be a minimalist because I like things too much, but I'm trying to just clear out things, that clothing and things like that I don't buy many clothes anyway, but what is it, if you don't truly love, you have to really love it if you do love it. And my daughter-in-law always says to me, if you reach for that thing and you want to wear it all the time, then it's right. But anyway, but things like this, these things mean so much to me. I love this. Spectacularly, I didn't bring down the book I was going to show you that I'm reading. I'm reading Far from the Madding Crowd. No, I'm not. I'm not reading Far from the Madding Cloud. I'm reading Mill on the Floss, completely different author, by George Eliot. I was listening to, if you like period drama or on the radio, I've just finished listening to Silas Marner by George Eliot, which is on BBC Sounds, which is so good. So really enjoyed it. So, and I found an old copy of Mill on the Floss that my husband bought me for my birthday a couple of years ago. So I've started reading that, and it's really lovely to get back into reading. And oh, I've been watching so many things, which I'll talk about later. What I really wanted to talk about as well today is our Advent calendar, which is called Christmas in Foxglove Wood. And it is, if you had our Advent calendar last year, or you may have seen me put posts up on Instagram since. There was a family called the Bamford family. This was set in the late 1800s as they prepared for their Christmas. And this year we're doing the animals. So foxglove cottage, and then here you have foxglove wood. And yeah, we're focusing on the animals in the wood and their preparations for Christmas and their guests that they're expecting, and they're all aflutter with excitement. So that's the focus of our Advent this year, and the colourways are going to kind of reflect that earthy, fairly delicate colourways, reflecting the wood and Christmas, but it's more about it's not going to be a red-green calendar. It's going to be much more, I'm hot flustered trying to explain it now. It's going to be much more of a delicate, earthy palette that will all work together. So what can you expect? Last year we did offer 10 grams as well, but this year, because that was the majority of people wanted it, we're doing 24 times 20 gram mini skeins. So what we do is we dye up the original skein, and then we cake it, and then we turn it into 20 gram minis. So we wind them by hand. They are then wrapped in little tissue paper packages. We use recycled tissue paper that is fully recyclable, and it's acid free. And then they are put in to little fabric bags that I make, and lots of people use the fabric in quilts and cushions and all sorts, which is absolutely lovely. The fabric it's 100% cotton, and we try and choose really pretty fabrics. So what am I up to? Yeah, so that's what you will get, and in each little pouch there will also be a narrative which will introduce you a little bit more and more to the animals and their story unfolding of their Christmas preparations. And then quite a few little surprises along the way, just little extras that we like to put in to make it extra special. So that is the Advent calendar, and and what can you use it for? Some people, actually quite a few people, have said, what do you have in mind? I don't really have anything in mind. It's just really giving you a colour palette that you can either choose to knit or crochet into something, a pattern of your choosing, or you might just keep them and squish them and use them later with something else that you're planning, or put them into a blanket, or the choice is yours. So we don't make any suggestions. There are so many, if you go on to Ravelry, so many things you could use them for. There is also the option to add on a sock set, which would be perfect for your Christmas Eve cast on that lovely Danny Little Bobbin started, and that will be exclusive to the Advent calendar. And there is also the option to add on, in addition, a project bag, which is going to be a fairly generous size, bigger than the usual sock size bag that I normally do. And what we're doing, because it's quite early to be selling it, but we learnt from last year that there's a lot of work, and we've already started. So what we're suggesting is a pre-order. So what we've listed is a pre-order deposit. So at this stage you will pay a deposit, which is I believe it's £45, £55 or £65, depending on which one you want, whether you want it as the minis or you want add sock set or add sock set and bag, with the remainder payable in full in June with the postage. So the original listing, because I can't figure how on Etsy to put, hello Monty, to list it in the other way than to show the pre-order in it showing as free shipping, but it isn't free shipping. The postage will actually be due with the final payment in June. Has that made it any clearer? Have I confused you? I don't know. What else is there to tell you? I can't think really. I think that's most of it. So if you have any questions, please tell me. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else now. The listing will go up this evening at 8 p.m, which by the time this video uploads will probably already be in the past. The listing will stay up until, basically it's a limited number. Once the deposit listings have gone, we won't be putting any more up because we know what we can do and fulfill and get out to you in time. There may be other Christmas specials coming up, but they won't be Advent or we did the 12 days of Christmas last year. We're not planning to do that again either this year. So I think that's everything. Can you hear my brain ticking? I think that's everything I was going to say to you. Oh no, there is one more thing. We are doing a different Advent calendar as well, which we'll be listing in a couple of weeks hence, which is going to be, it actually sits alongside this Advent calendar. If you're a knitter and a general crafter, it would work very well. But this is it's going to be our mindfulness calendar for 2020, which is something new. And it will be 24 packages to take you through December with a creative inspiration. And some of the days there will be things that you can actively do, and other days it will be the raw materials to perhaps do something, and on other days it will just be an inspiration to do something. But we're nearly there. We've got a few more tweaks to make, and then that will be listing again as a deposit pre-order in a couple of weeks' time, which we're also very excited about. So if you're not a knitter but you love creating, that could be perfect for you. And our idea with this is that you open something really very special. We do try our hardest to put together something really special so that when you open it, you just take a moment each day to sit quietly. And sometimes that could be first thing of the morning before the household wakes up, or it could be at the end of a busy day, or whenever. But the idea is that you take that little moment for yourself to open it. That's the idea. Probably lots I haven't said because, can you tell, I'm all flustered. Don't know why, I haven't done this for quite some time. Anyway, Monty is standing by the back door because he wants to go out, so I need to go. But do say if you've got any questions. And happy Friday. There is a little vlog at the end that I've added on, just a little taste of what I've been doing over the last few days. And hopefully I'll be back next week with a few more things I've made and another square. Beams proudly. Thank you for watching. Wait. Archie, sit. Auntie, sit. Auntie basically does as he likes. Yeah, I know you're jumping. Sit. No, give it up on that one. Sit. Paw. So it is Thursday and I am just going out to meet some friends for lunch, which I'm super excited about. Karen, who is Cozy Corner Quilts. See my brain flicking over then, did I get that right? And Gaynor, who is Tales from Cuckoo Land, and Cherie, who I'm meeting for the first time, who's Bolly and Bella. So yeah, pretty excited. It's ladies who lunch. Do you want to come? Please model.
Please model.
Oh, that's probably me.
Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Beautifully modelled.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Hello.
This is what we have to put up with.
Karen.
She needs a
Captured you there.
souvenir. God, I hate myself. That's organised. I have that.
Good morning. I am just going to meet Christopher for a fairly early-ish, for me anyway, walk back from Topsham. It's Friday, happy Friday. And I've decided it's probably easier to do this because then you don't have to have a close-up of my face because I've only got short arms. And if I do this, you don't have to see my face at all. Happy Friday. So I'm just driving in. I've got my Bertie Bott's every flavour beans bag. This is the one that Cherie gave me yesterday. Oh, I got some lovely things yesterday. Anyway, the fun thing is, every time I get in the car, I have to alter the position of the seat, alter the position of the steering wheel. Drive key bonkers. So, had a wander around Topsham, and I now have a vegan. Oh, that's probably a bit too close. A vegan vegetable pasty for brunch. When I say it's early for me, not because I get up late, but because, well, I just don't normally go for a walk quite as early, but this little lane that we're walking along, this is absolutely full of birdsong. It's so lovely. It's sunshine today. Such a shame yesterday when Gaynor, Cherie and Karen came that it was a sort of overcast day. It's so lovely today. Seagull. Anyway, on with this. I'm walking along. It's really muddy footpath that we've managed to find. Look, oh look, see that little robin? Hello little one. I don't know if I'm focusing correctly. Where are you? There you are, look. Isn't he lovely? I don't know why I do that. They take no notice of me. Anyway, that's lovely. They're all the way along here actually. We'll zoom you out again. Anyway, I'm going to go flying in a minute, trying to look up whilst avoiding mud. No idea where this comes out. And look, blossom. Isn't it strange that that will bring so much joy to you? Oh, it's so lush. It begins where we are now. We've had an adventure. So that's the University of Exeter, I think it's training ground or something for rugby, practice ground, some such. I know where we are now. So we're just coming up to a place that we call, well now I call it Benchageddon, because there's a little bench over there, and I was sitting there once with Archie and he spotted another dog, and I was just holding his lead and it was on an extender lead. He just took off, pulled me off my feet and left me sprawling on the floor looking like a right numpty, and then just wandered back to me. He's just all pleased with himself, tail wagging, you know, as if to say, was it good, was it good? Anyway, still brings back memories. I was quite bruised. Benchageddon, picture me there, sprawled on the floor. Love that sound. Got to get across here somewhere now. How am I going to do that? Get across there without getting very wet feet. Here, I think I'm going to jump here. Ready, and... Oh! Oh, shit.
One way to do it.
My boot nearly came off.
Sorry?
My boot nearly came off. Oh, much more elegant. There aren't lots of spiders. There might be lots of spiders. So, this is the little cushion that Karen, very good light, Karen made and gave to me yesterday. Isn't that lovely? And I thought I know just where that's going to go. Next to this little guy. Look. That was a gift from lovely Sharon. And I love this little gnome. You've got your own chair. Isn't that lovely? Such beautiful gifts. So I don't think I've shown this since the last time I podded, which was a long time ago. Look at this. The Country Diary Book of Knitting. Isn't that lovely? So this was sent to me by somebody called Zilla Rhodes. And I don't know your Instagram, Zilla. I don't know if I'll have a look, see if I can see her Instagram. And she saw this and thought of me and sent it to me. How lovely is that? And I'm not doing a very good job of showing it to you, but they're, look at these. So these have all been inspired by the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, which I'm a bit obsessed with at the moment. Actually, I'm reading about Edith Holden, and oh, she was such a fascinating lady. So, and I'm not going to be lucky, I bet, to see. Look at that. Look at that, though. Look at the style. I love that. There's one in here in particular which I thought I would love to do that. Am I going to find it? Look at that too. That's beyond me, I think. I don't think I could cope with that. Anyway, thank you so much if you're watching, Zilla, because this was such a treat to come home to. Find sitting waiting on the side. Look at these. Anyway, I will find the one I was talking about that I wanted to do, because there is something in here. Look at that one. That's called Crab Apple. That's amazing. And that, look at that. Honestly, so many in here that are just so pretty. Just got to make sure that it's not actually beyond me. Isn't it funny how fashions change? And yet some things... Look at that one too. That's lovely gorse. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that lovely book, and thank you so much for sending that to me. I was thrilled to bits with that. And as I think I showed in my vlog, and I talked about it, I met with some friends, Gaina, Cherie and Karen, last week, and I haven't shown you what they got me. So honestly, it's the first time I've met Cherie, who is just, oh, lovely. She's just, Ollie and Bella, so if you've seen her podcast, then she's scrumptious. She's just as she is. Just as you'd imagine her to be. She's lovely. Look at what she gave me. It's just so lovely. And she pressed those for me and she put them in there. I cannot tell you how thrilled I am with that. Cherie, if you are watching, thank you so much. And it's going to sit with this, which lovely Jules, So Sweet Violet, gave to me a year or so ago now, actually, and this is already on the wall, but I'm going to put this next to it. Core, that was lovely. And she also got me this, look, Morris & Co. This is lush, it's absolutely gorgeous. And two absolutely gorgeous books. Honestly, sat down to this amazing package that I opened. Ooh. Now this and this are the same book, but I have never had this one never seen one in the hardback. What year was it? She says in there what year it is. I'll find it now. Sorry, I'm flicking away and making a faff of it. This probably is my all-time favourite book. I just love it. I get so much of my inspiration from my embroideries from this. And she got me this one, which is, I've never seen this small, so this is perfect. I've got a camera bag that I was bought at Christmas, and this fits perfectly in my camera bag, so I can now actually take it out with me, because what I do is I will take a picture of a wild flower, and then it gets lost on your phone, doesn't it? So now I can identify it when I'm out. So, and she also bought me some lovely sweets and things, vegan. They're gone. Can't show you those because they're long gone. And a lovely Harry Potter Bertie Bott's every flavour beans bag, and she had her lovely Harry Potter bag with her. Actually, I don't know if you've seen that on her feed. And Karen, I haven't got it here at the moment, but I think I have shown you somewhere in the vlog, made stenciled a beautiful little cushion, and we all got the same, which was lovely. And that's on a chair with a little gnome that another friend of mine, Sharon, sent me a beautiful package, and that was in there. And this is from lovely Gaynor, Giggly Gaynor. We went out to a quilt show about a year ago now, actually, and we all fell in love with the same fabrics on the same stall. And she's made me this, look. She did have quite a few things in her shop at one point, but I think she's a bit too busy at the moment to stock it again, but she's a clever girl. That is just gorgeous. Love everything about it. I haven't populated it yet, apart from the tea bags I've got. It's sitting on my dressing table at the moment, just being patted every now and then as I walk past. Because I'm odd like that. Oh, this is what Karen gave me. She goes to where's that got all that red on it? What's that come from there? Oh, that's on there. Anyway, I got the loveliest things, so just wanted to show you, really. Happy sigh. Anyway, I'm going to go and try and record a podcast, and it's already getting a bit dark, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, happy Friday.